Hello everyone, welcome to FedScoop TV. I'm your host, Greg Otto. We're coming from the Digital Nation Summit today, and I'm talking with Robert Thottungal, the EPA's Chief Data Scientist. Robin, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
So I would love to get your perspective on the government's push to become more digital. Would you consider it a success story?
So I think it's not going to be something that will happen overnight, right? Because what we are seeing now is we are understanding the fact that we have to move away from our traditional way of doing things, and we have to embrace the concept of digital, right? So yes, we are going to make it as a success story, but it will take some time for us to get there. So I think government is definitely moving into digital, but it will take some time.
Do you have any anecdotes or specific examples of how government agencies are being successful with digital transformation right now?
So I think, being from EPA, I would try to put something from our perspective, which I have more experience with, right? I think a couple of things that we are looking at from a digital perspective is, if I put the perspective on the users and the public being one of our users, what we are doing now is how can we better at serving the public on the information they are interested in. So one of the systems that we have at EPA is called EnviroFacts, and it's a system that is designed to publish out data that we have at EPA, and in addition to just publishing the data out, we have tools that is around that EnviroFacts system that is helping us to tell, okay, if you are coming from the zip code, if you want to know all the facilities in that area, you put your zip code and you say that you are interested in that facility, right? So the system has been in existence for a long time. Now, from a digital perspective, what we are trying to understand is, and what I usually tell my folks around me is, the concept of search is default on Google now. So when the citizens are coming to the US sites to do search, they are expecting the same level of capabilities with respect to what they get when they are in the Google search, right?
Okay.
So we are revamping the way we are submitting or presenting the information to the public through EnviroFacts. So we are leveraging cloud behind the scene. We are leveraging advanced search engines behind the scene so that they get a seamless experience as they get when they go and use Yahoo search or Google search. So that's one example where I can see where the government is moving towards more the concept of digital and try to embrace the technology in the behind to get there.
Okay. So when it comes to emerging technologies, how are they helping federal agencies move forward in the new digital world?
So case in point, let's go back to what I was talking about, the EnviroFacts system, right? One of the challenges we have there is that is one of the sites that has more hit than the main EPA web page.
Wow.
So it's being used by a lot of people to understand what is happening behind their scene. So if you look at this problem from a pure technology lens, what you will understand is you need to have a system that is purely scalable. You need to have a system that is purely operational, like 24/7, 365 operational, right? So you can clearly see that just by saying those two statements, people who are listening to this conversation who has a technology background will immediately say, okay, we need to leverage cloud. When I talk about scalability and deploying web services, they will say we need to think about containers as a way to deploy this. So behind the scene, technologies like microservice architecture, or the concept of microservice architecture, the concept of containerization of some of these services, concept of using platform as a service from cloud computing is enabling us to become more effective in serving the needs of the public.
Great. And I know earlier on we were talking about how this isn't going to happen overnight, but what other challenges do you see in the way of agencies moving into a more digital ecosystem?
So I mean, always when I talk about the technology transformation of the organization, one of the things that we keep hearing is the concept of security, the concept of how do we take this to the cloud, right? So some of the things is trying to make sure that the organization is comfortable with the concept of doing these things. So there is a significant amount of the time that I invest in having conversation with the leadership who is making these decisions to understand that, okay, if you go to cloud, we are not losing our capability to make the cloud secure. Cloud is still secure if you do ABC, right? So I would say that one thing that I see that needs to happen is the concept of the educational piece, like making sure that the organization is fully getting the entire information on what does it mean to go digital, right? And reduce the inertia that you see in typical federal agencies to move into platforms on cloud. Like how do we do that? Like give them enough material so that they get comfortable with the fact that cloud is not a place that we go there, we are less secure, right? So there's those things, and I think having engaging conversation with the industry, talk to people who have done it successfully in the industry so that they see that this is not a challenge, we can actually do it.
Great. Robin, thanks for stopping by. Appreciate your insight.
Definitely. Thank you.
For all of our videos, check out our YouTube channel, and for more information, check out fedscoop.com. I'm Greg Otto. Thanks for watching.